minutes.
First of all, Minister, I'm glad to get the opportunity to ask you here today, when is the state going to appoint a pathologist for the county of Kerry? Because the two that we had are retired now for well over 6 months, and it's been the case that many families have had to wait 6, 8, 9 days for a pathologist to arrive to carry out the necessary examination and to conclude what the cause of death is and return the patients back to the families. In recent times, very good friends of mine, Jeremiah Dunlea from Scotland, Anne Cronin from Machantaurig in Guinea-Willa, and Dan Dunnu from Lisbaba had to wait 6, 8 and 9 days, as well as several other families, and this is not good enough at all, Minister. And we have been helped by Dr. Margaret Bolster, who has done her utmost to fill the void, and she has to do it maybe early in the morning, late at night, during weekends, and on one occasion the bank holiday Monday. This is not good enough at all, Minister. And first of all, I should have thanked Aisling Quilter in her office and staff in Tralee, Helen Lucy and her staff in Listowel. And the staff in the Morgan Tralee give excellent help and are always accessible and available. And undertakers have even, indicated that they would take the bodies up the country to Cork or Dublin or anywhere, Limerick, in order to get the examination carried out in a timely fashion. What the system that pertains now in Kerry is not acceptable, and I'm asking you, Minister, when will you appoint a pathologist for the county of Kerry? Do I keep going?
If you want to, but you don't have to use all your time. You have another 1 minute 45 seconds.
All right, thank you very much. So I've got different replies back from the Minister for Justice, and I know that the Minister for Health has a role to play here as well. And I'm asking to sort this out. And if it is the case in the meantime that he can't supply or find a permanent pathologist for Kerry, I'm asking that he make a service available and allow people to come to Cork, undertakers to bring the bodies to Cork, Limerick, or even Dublin, because it's not acceptable that families have to wait up to 9 days and 11 days didn't have the funeral concluded because they just want to get the body home. It happens suddenly, death comes, there's no notice, and people die, and when the body is taken away to the Morgan Tralee, all they want is the post-mortem to be concluded and that the body is brought back so they can have a wake and have a dignified funeral and have their friends around to help them to grieve. And it's a natural process, but this is what's happening in Kerry is too stressful for families. And I'm appealing to the government now to do something about this. And if you can't find a pathologist in Ireland, surely you can source them abroad. You're making cases for migrants to come here, so we need we need a pathologist, a full-time pathologist in Kerry, and we're no different to any other part of the county or country. And the state is neglecting its statutory obligation to carry out post-mortems in a timely fashion in Kerry. That's what I'm saying to you.
Thank you, Deputy, for raising this. I'm replying on behalf of the Minister for Health, Stephen Donnelly, and just to update the House on this important matter. And first of all, I think I need to extend my sympathies. I want to extend my sympathies to the families where, in particular, where there was a waiting period for a post-mortem to be carried out. I understand that the what the Deputy raised about the delay in post-mortem services in Kerry, and I appreciate the current situation may be adding to family stress during an already difficult time. The Office of State Pathologist, OSP, is an important independent body under the auspices of the Department of Justice. The OSP provides the state with national forensic pathology services, where a forensic pathologist is on duty 24 hours a day, each day of the year. Their primary remit is to perform post-mortem examinations in suspicious deaths as directed by the coroner. There are 4 forensic pathologists based in Dublin, with an additional support provided by a forensic pathologist in Cork on a rota basis. Post-mortem examinations in non-suspicious deaths under the remit of the coroner are directed to be performed by the hospital-based histopathology consultants. Post-mortem examination is an important part of clinical care. It is one of the most informative investigations in medicine and can provide objective information on the cause of death, which is of value to the family of the deceased and also to healthcare professionals. The HSE has advised that the pathology service in University Hospital Kerry is supported as required on a regional basis by consultants based in Cork University Hospital. The role of the hospital-based histopathology consultants cannot be understated. Their work in conducting post-mortem examinations in non-suspicious deaths provides closures to families and valuable insights to healthcare professionals. It's a critical part of our healthcare system, and we are committed to supporting them in their work. The regional support provided by consultants based in Cork University Hospital to the pathology service in University Hospital Kerry is an example of our integrated approach to healthcare. We believe in the power of collaboration and shared expertise, and we are continually looking for ways to improve our services through such partnerships. I hope that family members can find some comfort in the knowledge that information gained from post-mortem examinations contributes significantly to our understanding of diseases. This in turn advances medical knowledge and aids in the fight against disease, ultimately benefiting others through improved treatment methods. We are committed to ensuring that the vital service is accessible in an efficient way. And again, if there was a delay, then my sympathies to the families, and I think it's something obviously that shouldn't be occurring, but I will take on board the concerns you have raised.
A lot of the stuff that you said, look, we know what's supposed to happen and what happens, but it's not been happening in Kerry. And I'm not making it up, Minister, that along with the 3 people who were very good friends of mine that had to wait 6, 8 and 9 days, and the funeral taking up to 11 days and all. There's been several more that I wasn't aware of, but was made aware of it by the coroner's office because they were waiting for those people as well. It's not good enough, Minister, and people need to have a dignified funeral and an acceptable period of time. And 11 days is too long for a funeral and to be concluded. And the strain that puts in a family waiting for the cops to come home, one can only imagine the anguish and the torture and the torment that people have to go through with this. I'm appealing to you, Minister. If he can't find a pathologist, and he say you've been looking for one for over 6 months now, he must do something better to help the people of Kerry. Organise that the undertakers bring the bodies to a designated place and that they're seen to in a timely fashion. Because the people of Kerry are entitled to the same services that the people in Dublin up here are having. You say that there's 4 of them in Dublin. That's not much good to the people of Kerry if they won't go down to Kerry to perform a post-mortem. If they're up here in Dublin or in Cork or some other place. It's not been happening, and what has been happening is not good enough. And I'm appealing to you, Minister. And to the two ministers involved, the Minister for Justice and the Minister for Health, he'll have to do something reasonable about this to facilitate the people and the families in Kerry that lose their family members.
Minister to respond.
Yeah, I think it's important that we distinguish between suspicious deaths. That comes in under the state pathologists. And I've outlined there's 4 in Dublin, there's 1 in Cork. So that's where there's a suspicious death, they become involved. In other cases then, non-suspicious deaths, it's in it's dealt with within the hospital and within the hospital area. And I've set that out, but I think it's important that we get the message that there's 2 distinct ways that it's dealt with. The post-mortem examinations in non-suspicious deaths under admitted to coroner are directed to be performed by hospital-based histopathology consultants. Sorry, Deputy, I didn't interrupt you. Deputy,
the ones that have to wait 6, 8 and 9 days. That's not.
Deputy, I didn't interrupt you. What I'm saying is that there is coordination, as I understand it, between the Kerry University Hospital and Cork University Hospital in relation to the provision of services. If there were delays, then I will go back and take on board what you have said and check what the reason for those delays, and I will come back to you. And I'll also get you the average time period in relation to post-mortems. I think the figures for 2021 that I have, there were over 5,071 post-mortems performed in HSE hospitals in 2021. So it's a huge number of post-mortems, and all of those were performed. It's a combination where there's a suspicious death, the state pathologist involved. If it's a non-suspicious death, it's a hospital-based consultants that are involved. I'll take on board what you have said. Again, the HSE has advised that the pathology service in University Hospital Kerry is supported as required on a regional basis by consultants based in Cork University Hospital. I understand that any delays may cause additional distress for already grieving families, and I offer my condolences to all the families affected. I would like to assure families that coroners throughout the country work closely with hospitals and consultant pathologists at a local level to ensure that post-mortems are carried out as directed and in a timely manner. And I will take on board what you've said. I will go back to the department and to the HSE to see if there's a specific issue in relation to your area.